Do you believe in miracles? That's kind of what today felt like, right? Your Cleveland Browns do the unthinkable. Nothing felt like it was going the Browns' way today. And they just hang around, they hang around, and they hang around. It feels fitting that special teams won this game for Cleveland, doesn't it? I mean,
how about guys stepping up? How about guys stepping up? Guys out due to injury. Guys going out in the game due to injury. And we step up and we fight.
I think today overall, mentally, we won different battles. I think we won mentally. I think going back to the final minute drives that we had a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't successful.
Shedeur drives down the field, picks up a big third down to Judy. Cleveland gets in field goal range. Andre Schmidt, 49-yarder. It's up and it's good, ladies and gentlemen.
Shedeur Sanders didn't just beat the Bengals. He said something afterward that the NFL wasn't ready for. Within minutes, clips started spreading. Analysts paused. Fans argued. And social media lit up with one question. Did he just say that? This wasn't trash talk. This wasn't celebration hype. It was something deeper, something that hit a nerve. Because when quarterbacks speak after wins, they usually play it safe. They thank teammates. They praise coaches. They move on. But Shedeur Sanders didn't follow the script. What he said after the 20-18 win over Cincinnati instantly shifted the conversation. From the score to what kind of leader he's becoming. Some fans called it confident. Others called it cold. NFL media called it telling. And that's why this moment matters. This wasn't about beating the Bengals. It was about what that win revealed, about pressure, about belief, about how Shedeur Sanders sees himself, and how the league might start seeing him too. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this one comment is everywhere, and why it could define how Sanders is viewed for the rest of the season. Stay till the end, because the context changes everything. The Bengals game didn't look historic on paper, a 20-18 win. No fireworks, no blowout. But sometimes, the most important games aren't loud. They're revealing. From the opening drive, it was clear this wasn't going to be easy. Cincinnati came in aggressive, forcing tight windows and testing every read. The pressure was constant, the margin for error thin, and that's where Shedeur Sanders stood out. He was certainty. Within minutes, that clip was everywhere. NFL Twitter clipped it. TikTok stitched it. Analysts replayed it on loop because it didn't sound like something a young quarterback hoping to belong would say. It sounded like something a quarterback who already believes he belongs would say, and that's what shook people. Fans immediately split into two camps. One side heard confidence. They saw a quarterback who understands moments, who isn't afraid of responsibility, who embraces pressure instead of dodging it. To them, Sanders sounded like a leader, composed, self-aware, and unbothered by noise. The other side heard something else. They heard boldness that hadn't yet been earned. They questioned whether words like that should come before consistent dominance. They warned that confidence without sustained success can quickly turn into a headline problem. And just like that, the conversation shifted to it wasn't about the Bengals anymore. It wasn't even about the win. It was about what kind of quarterback Shedeur Sanders is becoming. NFL media wasted no time jumping in on studio shows. Analysts broke down not just what he said, but how he said it. The body language, the tone, the absence of hesitation. Former players pointed out something subtle. Sanders didn't sound defensive. He didn't sound excited. He sounded settled. That's rare, especially after a close win against a physical defense. One analyst described it as quiet authority. Another said, that's the voice of someone who expects this moment, not someone surprised by it. Those takes fueled the fire, because expectation changes everything. When a quarterback speaks with expectation, the league listens differently. Teammates listen differently. Opponents prepare differently. And fans? They project everything onto it. Some saw the comment as a sign that Sanders is ready to carry a franchise mindset. Others worried it would add pressure, the kind that turns small mistakes into big narratives. But nobody ignored it. That's the in the NFL. Indifference is the worst outcome. And Shedeur Sanders was anything but ignored. The clip kept circulating because it felt authentic. Not rehearsed, not media trained, just honest. And honesty, in this league, can be dangerous. Because once a quarterback speaks like that, every future performance is filtered through that moment. every win reinforces it. Every loss challenges it. That's why this comment mattered more than people initially realized. It wasn't a soundbite. It was a declaration of mindset, and whether fans liked it or not, the NFL had just been given a glimpse into how Sanders sees himself, not as a placeholder, not as a project, but as someone who expects to close games, handle pressure, and stand by his words. That's why it went viral. Not because it was loud, but because it was calm, and in a league obsessed with chaos. Calm confidence stands out the most. That NFL seasons are remembered for moments, not box scores. Years from now, nobody will debate the exact stat line from a 20-18 win over Cincinnati, but people will remember the shift that happened after it, because what Shedeur Sanders said wasn't just about that game. It was about expectation, and expectation changes everything. Quarterbacks are judged differently the moment they speak like leaders. Once a player shows he expects pressure, instead of reacting to it, the league begins to treat him as someone who belongs in the center of the conversation. That's the line Sanders crossed with that comment. From this point forward, every snap carries more weight. Every mistake gets louder. Every success feels more meaningful. But that's the price of confidence, and the great ones pay it willingly. The reason this moment resonated so strongly is because it felt authentic. Sanders didn't sound rehearsed or protected by media language. He sounded like someone who understands responsibility and isn't afraid of it. That kind of confidence doesn't come from hype. It comes from preparation. Teammates notice it first. When a quarterback speaks with calm authority, locker rooms follow. Not because they're told to, but because confidence is contagious. Coaches notice it too. Not in headlines, but in habits. How a quarterback handles criticism. How he processes wins. How he stays grounded when the noise grows louder. And the noise is growing. That NFL media didn't just clip the comment. They framed it. They debated it. They used it as a reference point for who Sanders might become. That's how narratives form. Not through dominance, but through moments of clarity. Some fans will say it's too early. Others will say it's exactly what a franchise quarterback sounds like. Both can be true, but what can't be ignored is this. Shedeur Sanders is no longer just playing the position. He's stepping into the role, and roles carry expectations that don't disappear. The Bengals game didn't crown him anything, but it revealed something important. That he's comfortable being seen, comfortable being judged, comfortable letting his words stand. That's rare. Most young quarterbacks try to shrink the moment. Sanders did the opposite. He accepted it, and that's why this comment won't fade quickly. It will be replayed the next time he struggles, referenced the next time he wins, and remembered the next time he's asked who he thinks he is, because he already answered that question. The league heard it. The fans felt it. And now, the pressure is real, but pressure is where identities are forged. And for Shedeur Sanders, this moment may be remembered not as a viral clip, but as the point where his presence in the NFL became undeniable.